LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 16th of January 2024. चले आज के एडिटोरियल सेक्शन की तरफ चलते हैं, जहां पे हम बात करेंगे दैट साउथ कोरिया passes bill to ban production and sale of dog meat. Why now? What the bill says. So we are talking about here where South Korea has passed the bill to ban production and sale of dog meat, and which we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll be discussing as per our schedule the news update and the legal news update of the day. ठीक है, चलो let's start with the editorial section where we talk about the South Korean Parliament on January 9th have passed a bill on banning the production and sale of dog meat, and it's a decision which it has a very historic victory for animal welfare. Although the bill does not, remember this line, although the bill does not criminalize the consumption of dog meat, it aims to ban sale, distribution, butchery and breeding of dogs for their meat by 2027. To understand this concept, they are not criminalizing the consumption of dog meat, but they are aiming to ban the sale and the distribution. Now, why has the bill been passed now? Why there is a requirement of passing this bill right now? So consuming dog meat in South Korea is a very, they have taken it as their natural practice, and it's a very old practice. The report by BBC, one of the phenomenal news reporters, said that historically cows were highly valued and so prized that people had to obtain a government permit to slaughter them. Until the late 19th century, therefore, dog meat became the best source of protein and was enjoyed by people across the class spectrum. Now, in recent year, however, the practice has been increasingly turned as income. Pet ownership and concern for, animal welfare spiked steadily. About 93% of South Korean adults said they did not want to consume dog meat in the future. 82% said they supported a ban. According to a survey conducted by last year animal welfare organization in Seoul, the New York Times reported. So this is the big statistics that is coming from the population and the people of South Korea, where more than 80% people are supporting this ban, and they are saying that they don't want to consume dog meat. Therefore, it did not come as a surprise when in November 2023, the ruling power People Party, People Power Party, it's a ruling party there with rare bipartisan support, proposed a bill to ban the breeding, slaughter and sale of dogs for human consumption. The bill also found a very strong support from South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol and the First Lady Kim Kyon. Both president and his wife, known to be the animal lovers and owners themselves, campaigned for the ban and said that outlawing the custom was one of the presidential priorities that they have set. Now, let us understand about the bill. The bill intends to prevent the cruel slaughter of dogs without actually banning their consumption. According to the activists, dogs are electrocuted or hanged when slaughtered for meat. Breeders and traders, however, have argued that slaughtering has become more human in recent years. Its provision will be implemented in 2027 following a 3-year grace period for dog farm owners, meat restaurants and other workers in the trade to close their business and to find an alternative source of employment. That's the only reason the government has given the grace period for 3 years. And they want that the person who is already doing this business can find an alternative business. Under the bill, slaughtering of dogs for consumption can attract a fine up to 13 million won, approximately 19 lakh rupees in Indian currency, or imprisonment up to 3 years. Selling or breeding dogs for consumption can also attract 2-year life imprisonment sentence and a fine of 20 million, that is 12.58 lakhs in Indian currency. As a part of April 2022, South Korean Agriculture Minister had estimated that 1,100 farms were breeding 5,70,000 dogs to be served at around 1,600 restaurants in the country. So it's a big amount. It's a big number that is coming up in the stats, where the particular thing has been banned now by the South Korean, and it is permanently banned from 2027. Now, the new law requires all such legally registered dog firms, slaughterhouses, traders, restaurants to submit their phase-out plan to local authority, outlining how they plan to shut down operation or transition to another industry. Based on this, it will be decided which business are eligible for government compensation. However, the details for what compensation is what to be offered is yet to come. What other countries have this law? Once the bill gets approved from President, South Korea will join the growing list of Asian countries and territory that have banned the dog meat trade. Now, this will include Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Is dog meat trade allowed in India? Yes, it is. Yes, unfortunately it is. But there has been some pushback. In July 2020, Nagaland announced a ban on import, trading, and sale of dog meat in the state. However, in the June last year, the Kohima bench of Guwahati High Court quashed the order, observing dog consumption to be an accepted norm among the Nagas, even in modern times. So yes, it exists in India, and one of the states is Nagaland. So for me, it's a very win situation as South Korea comes up with this. And do tell me your opinion in the comment section. What guys do you think about this order of South Korea? Now let us move on to the next. Starting from the national news, poet Munawwar Rana dies at 71. So the renowned poet Munawwar Rana passed away at the Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences, and he was 71 years old. He was suffering from throat cancer for a very long time. Munawwar Rana poems Ma, which is considered one of his most famous poem, has a different place in the world of Urdu literature. And this has some list of the poets and the patron who have written their verses of the ancient India, which will certainly help you out in the examination. So please read out this so that it can help you out in the examination perspective. Coast Guards of India, Japan hold joint exercise in Bay of Bengal. So the Indian Coast Guard and Japan Coast Guard held a joint exercise off the coast of Chennai as a part of 5-day drill between both the nations. The exercise was conducted in line with Memorandum of Cooperation between both the nations signed in 2006. The 5-day exercise began on January 8 with a focus on pollution response training on hazardous and narcotic substances to combat maritime pollution. This is the 20th such exercise being conducted between the two Coast Guard since its institution in the year 2000. So Coast Guard of India and Japan hold joint exercise in the Bay of Bengal. Now, the next national news of the day, where we'll be talking about some sports-related news. The 9th Asian Winter Games slogan, mascot, and emblem revealed. So in the ceremony that marked an important milestone in the preparations for the forthcoming 9th Asian Winter Games. Now, the official slogan, emblem, and mascots have been revealed. The official slogan for the game is Dream of Winter, Love Among Asia. So this is the game. The mascot for the event have been named Bin Bin and Nini. Okay? These are the endangered character designed as lovable tigers are present to represent the games. And the official emblem of the Asian Winter Games combined a figure of a short track, speed skater, a lilac flower, and a dancing ribbon. You can see in the picture 19th Asian Games, Hangzhou 2022. Do remember this. Now, coming up to the next national news, where we'll be talking about some bank-related news. Bank of Baroda fined 5 crore by RBI over solid note remittances. Bank of Baroda informed that RBI had imposed a penalty of rupees 5 crore on the bank in the light of shortage in the soiled note remittances. The RBI also imposed an additional penalty of rupees 2,750 on the bank after it detected fake and mutilated notes. India's central bank imposes this penalty in keeping with the clean note policy, which mandates a penalty will be levied immediately on detection of shortage in the soil note remittances, chest balances, irrespective of the number of Ps detected. Now, the next national news, Ganga Sagar Mela 2024, India's second largest fair. So, held annually in Sagar Dweep, West Bengal, the Ganga Sagar Mela has earned the distinction of being the second most popular Mela in the country, surpassed only by revered Kumbh Mela. The culmination of the festival is marked by devotees worshipping Lord Surya, the sun god, after their purifying dip. The Ganga Sagar Mela aligns with the celebration of Makar Sankranti, observed on either 14th and 15th of January every year. Now, when we talk about Ganga Sagar Mela, let us know the exam takeaways for Ganga River as well. So, Ganga River is about 2,506 kilometers. Ganga River originates from Gangotri Glacier on the southern slopes of Himalaya, which is 14,000 feet above sea level. River Bhagirathi and Alaknanda join each other at Devprayag to form River Ganga. Okay. Now, next national news, which is an international news story. New Zealand pace Tim Southee creates history. So, New Zealand Tim Southee has become the first bowler to reach 150 wickets in T20 cricket. Southee reached the milestone during the T20 against Pakistan on January 12 in Auckland. Southee had 147 wickets in 171 matches ahead of this game. Sri Lanka former pace Lasith Malinga completes top 5 with 107 wickets to his name. So, New Zealand pacer Tim Southee creates history. Taiwan elections top development will stand on the side of democracy, says President election lie. Taiwan, officially known as Republic of China, held its general election on Saturday. The ruling Democratic Progressive Party candidate Lai Ching-te won the election after the candidate of opposition party Hou Hu-zi of Kuomintang. The victory of Democratic Progressive Party candidate is remarkable, given that no party has previously secured a third consecutive term in the office. तो नाम याद रखिएगा president का. Now, let us start with the Indian Army Day, which is celebrated on 15th of January every year in the honor of our brave soldiers and their dedication towards safeguarding our nation. This special day remembers the appointment of General K.M. Karippa as the first Indian Commander-in-Chief in 1949. In 2024, nation celebrates the 76th anniversary of the Indian Army Day. The theme of Indian Army Day 2024 is In Service of Nations. It echoes the Indian Army's motto, Service Before Self. Now, legal update की तरफ चलते हैं, where we talk about an update which is coming from the Honorable Supreme Court, where when maintainability of suit is questioned, court should prima facie decide the jurisdiction before granting interim relief. So the court has said that court cannot pronounce judgment in a suit merely on the default of defendant to file a written statement if the plaintiff does not prove his case. The court stated that explain order 8 rule 10 provided two alternatives, either to pronounce judgment against the defendant defaulting to file the written statement or to pass such other order as it deemed fit. The first alternative is not always mandatory, and the case name is Asma Latif and another versus Shabir Ahmed and another. So this particular case can be asked in your judicial services examination because order 8 rule 10 is a very important provision of CPC. Suit can't be decreed merely on defendant failure to file written statement if plaintiff case isn't proved. By Supreme Court has observed that if the maintainability of civil suit is questioned and the grant of interim relief is opposed on that ground, then the trial court, before deciding to grant the interim relief, must at least make a prima facie satisfaction regarding the maintainability of suit. Okay, याद रखिएगा. The court has said that at the stage of hearing the application for interim relief that the suit is barred by law, is otherwise not maintainable, it cannot dismiss it without framing a preliminary issue after the written statement is filed, but can most certainly assign such opinion for refusing interim relief. Okay? That's all for the today's news update and the legal news. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.